that no one is questioning his mental acuity or fitness to serve is beyond wild to me, right? Like the fact that they sat around, called Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden. And as I said before, at least you could sleep at night because you didn't have to worry about your 401k disappearing overnight. You didn't have to worry about these allegations of fake invasions. You didn't have to worry about the cost of food just skyrocketing or skyrocketing costs of all of your electronics. You know, the fact that Apple was flying in planes of iPhones before the tariffs hit, like this is crazy work for no reason. So, you know, I just hope that people remember, because seemingly they got amnesia the first time. And so you've got opportunities to vote. And I will tell you that every single special election we've had, Democrats are swinging no less than 15 points. But honestly, we should be swinging 30 and 40 points because of the level of incompetence and harm that this administration is bringing upon all of us.
So you may be thinking to yourself, Barry, why are you showing this idiot again? And I'm concerned. I am very, very concerned. Sholdon Daniels, who is going to be challenging Jasmine Crockett, was supposed to do an interview with me yesterday, and I was going to record it and then broadcast it today. 3 times now, he hasn't shown up. And I don't want to be overboard here and hyperbolic, but 3 times with crazy answers, he hasn't shown up. Yesterday, we logged on. We were supposed to record at 10 o'clock. And I go, great, we're all set. Let's go. You sound level fine. Let's do this. And how much time do you have? I got about 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, it's going to take me 5 minutes to introduce you. Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should reschedule. So we reschedule it again. For 4 o'clock yesterday. I even told you guys we're going to record him at 4 o'clock and then we'll broadcast him. No call, no show. Ashley tried to get back in touch with him and he's like, I'm doing something on X and I can't really get away right now. Dude, you had a commitment. You have to get away. And it concerns me because there are some things I think he found out I was going to ask him. There are some things that he has to answer. And right now I'm concerned he's going to get blown out by Jasmine Crockett. Right now I'm concerned until this stuff is put to bed that Sholdon Daniels ain't going to cut it. And I'm not saying he can't win. I'm not saying he's not a viable candidate. What I am saying is until this stuff is actually answered to the satisfaction of MAGA, he's probably not going to get President Trump's endorsement. He's in Texas. He's probably not going to get Ted Cruz's endorsement. And I can tell you, until he answers it to me, I'm not going to endorse him. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people who he would need to help push and amplify him are not going to endorse him. I'm a small fry. I don't have that big of a voice. But I think I have enough of a voice, especially with you guys and how you can disseminate things, is that, Sholdon, you need to step up your game. You're going to be going up against somebody who's a heavy hitter. Jasmine Crockett, as nutty as she is, as much of a crook as she may be found out to be, she is a heavy hitter in this Democrat Party right now. You are running up against not Jasmine Crockett. You will be running up against the machine. And so you need to make sure that your game's not good. You need to make sure you've got the top level game. You need to make sure that there's nothing that could dent you. Because she's going to come for you and she's going to squash you like a roach if you're not on your game. So let me tell you what I was going to question him on in case you guys don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. Let me just hit this. All right. So I found these post on X from Sholdon Daniels. And as you can see looking at this, these texts here are from 2021 and 2023 and 2020. Hope you can see them on the screen. This is a guy who's trying to court MAGA. This is a guy who's trying to get us to help him get elected. So this one here, they actually stopped when, and he's talking about all kinds of anti-white stuff, BLM, and we're not talking ancient history. We're talking 2021, 2023. So you can read, they'll actually stop when laws get passed to end white privilege, systemic racism, and the war on black people in American society and politics. Stop acting like you can't understand a simple concept while at the same time pretending to be smart. Don't know who he was talking to, but I'm like, whoa, dude, you just went there? You posted something like that? Okay, we all have a past. 2020. Let's say things were different back then. You realize now, right? You realize. Then 2021 shows up. We still have no policies in place to address any of the manifestations of institutional racism within our criminal justice system, our economy, or in our educational system. My question would have been, Sholdon, what has happened since 2020 that made you change? Let me rephrase that. It couldn't have, because you came back in 2021 and said the same crap. All right, so 2021, we're talking 4 years ago. So we'll give you a play on that, depending on his answer. Then the last one at the bottom, which is the one that really hit me. We don't hate capitalism. We hate that a small group got a gigantic head start on the world through imperialism, racism, and sabotage. I'm going to leave that up for a second so you guys can see that. I had planned, if he had done the interview, I'm like, dude, this was February of 2023, 2 years ago. What the hell? What the hell were you thinking then? And if it's not what you think right now, tell me how you made the metamorphosis that you've gone through to now all of a sudden in 24 months be like, hey, MAGA, 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 America first. What happened? And that answer, which he's going to have to answer to some of the bigger networks, he's going to have to answer that on Fox should they bring him on. He's definitely going to have to answer that in a debate down the road should he get up against Jasmine Crockett. That stuff is sitting there. You guys can look it up yourself. And so I didn't want to sandbag him. I told you, I got some questions. And nothing am I saying right now is denigrating him. These are actual posts that he put up that are still up probably if you search them. So, Mr. Daniels, since you're not here, maybe you can, send me an email or send Ashley an email and tell me what the hell this is. I have no answer for any of you because he didn't answer to me. Because that would have been my question. Dude, tell me how you can fit into an America First ideology with that kind of thinking. As a black man, going up against Jasmine Crockett, who's got, they'll throw $20 million at her. They are going to squish you like a bug. And you don't have the foundation right now to stand on. No one's going to get behind you until you can figure out how to answer this. And so he had posted something, and this is what his answer was. As it began getting exposed, he posted this. I'm sorry about falling for the BLM okie dokie a few years ago. Tensions were high. Lines were drawn. Looking back, I feel dumb. Looking ahead, I feel stronger than ever. America first. Great. Fantastic. So let me know, you guys who have seen his answer. Let me put it back up. And you saw what he posted in 2023. This was in 2025, this response. You tell me, without getting in the thick of things and basically having some sort of very strong mea culpa of telling you and people like you across the country, I am America first now, all of a sudden, since February of 2025 when I hated white people and I blamed you for being systemic, but now I see the light. I didn't have a chance to ask him that. He didn't show up 3 times. So, Sholdon, if you want to come back on, I'm sure Ashley will respond to you by text. But now you understand this is what we need to know. Unless you guys tell me, right now that no, it's okay. He saw the light in 2025 on March 11th. Remember this post here. It wasn't like there was anything before that. This is March. Let me scroll down so you know when it was. March 11th, 2025. He saw the light 30 days ago. I'm sorry about falling for the BLM okie dokie a few years back. Tensions were high, lines were drawn. Looking back, I feel dumb. Looking ahead, I feel stronger than ever. That ain't gonna cut it to me. A month ago? You're telling me as recently as March 10th, before you did this little post, that then you decided to come clean? Seriously? Who did you vote for in 2024? Prove it. Prove that you voted for Trump in 2024. This was March 2025. Prove who you voted for back then. And then tell us why you said... I'm telling you what I would have asked him. I'm pretty sure you guys expect people who are MAGA to have been there, if not from the very beginning, but at least not last month. At least not a couple months ago. And then tell me we have a viable candidate to unseat Jasmine Crockett who didn't, flip a month ago. Otherwise, we're going to see that witch back in Congress. You feel comfortable donating to Sholdon Daniels? I don't. I don't feel comfortable donating to him. And again, maybe I'm being over the top. But Sholdon, you got Ashley's email, you got her text number, you can respond. Got to put on your big boy pants and make sure you show up. Because if you don't show up for an interview that you have committed to and just blow it off because something else floats your boat, sorry. There's been many interviews. I'm like, Ashley, do we need to do this? I'm tired. I'm not sure if I hear. Got to be there. Yes, I have also rescheduled. But I've called. She's called. And we've, fixed some things up. Come on, Sholdon. You got to stand up, big man. You got to bring the big boy pants. You can't be mad at me. If you want to convince the MAGA world, you're going to have to bring it. And that's all I got to say. So I'm going to take some of your comments here. Let's see here. Daniels is not reliable. We need a candidate with integrity. And I'm not questioning, just to let you know, I'm not questioning his integrity. I don't know the man, so I can't do that. What I'm saying is that stuff that he wrote needs to be explained profusely, I think. Can't someone else take his place? Sure, somebody could run down in Texas. Don't waste your time and our time on Sholdon. Lose his number quick. So he's like, lose his number. Nope, doesn't work for me. He's Crockett without the dress and the wig. Barry, I'll write if I could be good. Move on. We cannot let Jasmine back in. Someone's got to be down there. I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'm absolutely dumbfounded. Isn't he the one that caught on video that he was a Democrat playing as a Republican? I'm not really sure. Haven't seen that. He's got a lot of stuff, but yeah, it does. It makes me question his motive. Sounds like a Democrat posing as a Republican. Somebody's asking about veteran biker. That's tomorrow. Veteran biker is tomorrow. Sholdon was live on a podcast earlier today. Great. Did they ask him the questions? Did they ask him the questions about all this stuff? Or was it like, fluffy nutter? My problem is that this is what I look at. This is MAGA. And we've been bamboozled, and so many people have decided to jump on at the last moment, do coattails and stuff. I can tell you right now, there is absolutely no way he's going to get President Trump's endorsement with all that stuff in his back record. His inner circle will be like, stay away, stay far away. This is dangerous. It's some guy out of the blue, nobody's ever heard of, and vetting something like this and tell you need to just lay bare. You need to just come out and tell people, whatever you need, Sholdon. I'll take Jasmine over a fraud. Wow. Yes, he's an Army veteran and he is an attorney. Both, exactly. He's not MAGA. So we know what kind of nutbag she is, and he doesn't have a chance. No. He's going to need so much money to go against that Democrat machine. It's going to be completely crazy what they end up doing, because she's like their little darling right now, even though she got caught. And maybe his chances that she ends up going to jail. If she goes to jail, maybe that will help. I'm not really sure, but what are we going to do? And so again, in closing on that segment, Sholdon, would love to have you back on if you're prepared to answer everybody. And I would give people in the audience the opportunity to ask you questions too, because it's not just me, it's this community who is very engaged, and I'm talking directly to you, Sholdon, if you see this. This community is very engaged, very forgiving, but you got to answer the questions, bro. There's a reason why you ducked me but went on some podcast today, because you knew what was coming, and that even bodes less, man. That bodes even less. So, wow. All right. So, be careful. I'm saying that to both of you, both the community and to you, Sholdon. Be careful, because at this point, if we're thinking these things and we think those things could take you down, then Jasmine Crockett's going to take you apart. She's going to rip you to shreds. She has the same information. She lives near you, so she's got even more information. She's probably talked to your homies in the hood. She's going to go way back on you. See, she's an open book. We already know she's a nut job. We already know she's crazy. She's going to expose you, and I don't know how you're going to be able to go against her. I mean, it'd be like the best of two shit pies, and I don't eat shit pie. I feel sorry for the people of Texas who have to choose between one shit pie and the other shit pie.
Jasmine Crockett is quick to call the January 6 defendants violent criminals who deserve to be locked back up even after being pardoned. But clearly, this isn't about law and order. This is about power. It's about punishing political opponents while letting bad actors on her own side off the hook. If Jasmine wants to talk about who deserves to be locked up, then let's talk about the real bad actors walking free today. Let's talk about the politicians and the bureaucrats who lied about COVID to strip Americans of their rights and destroy businesses and silence dissent. Let's talk about the elites who waged war on retail traders when everyday Americans dared to win in the stock market. Let's talk about the operatives who rigged elections against the will of the people, manipulating rules, suppressing information, changing definitions, and interfering in our democracy. The corrupt insiders who laundered taxpayer money overseas, funneling billions through shady deals while Americans struggle. The people connected to the government who have mysteriously disappeared whistleblowers who spoke out against corruption. The J6 committee members who doctored evidence, lied to the public, and ran a sham investigation for political theater. And let's not forget Jasmine herself, who called for Elon Musk to be taken down, a blatant incitement of political violence. So Jasmine and her allies, love to scream about threats to democracy while ignoring the destruction that they've caused, that they continue to cause. They celebrate violent riots when it's their side, and they ignore crimes when it benefits them, and they push for the imprisonment of political opponents while excusing their own corruption. So Jasmine's hypocrisy is on full display here. If she truly cared about justice, she'd be calling for accountability across the board, and not just for the people she disagrees with politically. But that's not what this is about. It's about control. And the people of TX30 and the people of America are waking up to it. Now, I wake up this morning and go for a run, and the first thing I see is Jasmine Crockett running her mouth, again, saying all the wrong things. It's time for TX30 to rise up. It's time to put America first. Jasmine Crockett is for they, them. Sholdon Daniels is for you.